designed for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Marilyn Manson is our guest tonight. Should we call you Marilyn? That good?
Manson's good. That's what usually
Manson?
works. Yeah.
Manson, we've obviously wanted to come to the studio for quite some time, and he's finally here. And I think everyone was just sort of shocked by Manson when he first hit the scene. But I think the word is slowly getting out that he's kind of articulate and interesting and has some good ideas to share. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's okay. But I'm still...
Yeah, I mean, no,
I have problems. But...
Yeah, no, you want to kill. There's no doubt.
I don't want to kill, but you know.
Maim, but what I'm saying is, I mean, people saw like Bowling for Columbine, which I'm sure Drew didn't see because it would have been something that I saw that you saw, in which case impossible. You could join in a conversation that related to it, and that's a mathematical impossibility.
Bowling for Concubines?
No, not seen that.
It's the sequel that I'm working on.
Is it? That's like the porn version of it. No. Marilyn, I don't think we've ever hung out, but we certainly talked. He did Stern, I think, one day when I was hanging out on Stern, and I guess you were in studio.
Yeah.
And we had a chance to share a little spit, but from 3,000 miles away.
Funny comments, ever good.
That's my job. Marilyn Manson is going to be, or Marilyn Manson is going to be at the Greek Theater coming up on October 10th, and we're going to hear something off the Golden Age of Grotesque, which is the newish and newer CD. And what about acting? I was just looking at the thing here. It says it's between you and Johnny Depp for the remake of Willy Wonka.
That's a weird rumor. I don't know how it got started. I'd love to be involved in that, and I'm friends with Johnny. But I think I would be, although I love Willy Wonka, and a lot of my personality is based on him as a kid.
Oh, yeah?
I always idolized him because he was
Willy, not Charlie, but...
No, Willy, because he was like the devil in some way. You know, chocolate was like a metaphor for sin to me, and I wanted to be him. But I think that I might make a better Mr. Slugworth.
Do you think of yourself...
But that's a weird rumor that got started.
Do you think of yourself as an actor or a musician or a artist? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cringe in the same way when you call yourself an artist. It sounds kind of pretentious, but that's what I started, you know. And before I sang, you know, I drew. I wanted to make comic books, and then I wasn't sure where I wanted to go. And music seemed like it fit for me. But now I've gotten to the point where it's all about expression, and if I have something in my imagination, I can't limit myself to just music. If I want to paint, or if I want to act, or put it in my performance.
Do you get recognized a lot when you go out? I was just thinking, like, remember, you always say it's got to be trouble. Like, once you pick a theme, like Marilyn Manson has picked a theme, sort of for your life, a persona people know you by. I always think about this with rockabilly guys. They got the hair slicked back. They're wearing the plaid shirts, and they got the jeans that are cuffed up and the boots. But then when they just want to go to the corner to get some cigarettes, they can't wear sweatpants because then it looks weird. Because they got a Stray Cats tattoo and their hair slicked back, but they're wearing sweatpants and Jap flaps. It's weird. You know, that becomes a lot of work. Is it a lot of work being you?
Well, there's different levels, and I don't try to limit myself to being one thing. And sometimes people want to reduce it to on stage and off stage, but I think sometimes I can be 100 different things in one day. But everything that I do, as far as the way I dress or how I look, or if I'm wearing lipstick or not wearing lipstick, or whatever the case might be, none of it's uncomfortable for me. I do it all out of enjoyment.
Now, when you go out and we see you the way you are now, do you get recognized a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of wearing more of my disguised look right now. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you
I
fly under the radar.
I got a big, funny head that people can't... it doesn't work. It's just like there's Marilyn Manson wearing a stupid outfit or a disguise. So.
And see, for me, it's my nasally drone that I think tips people off as to who I am. And Drew, no one recognizes you, do they?
No.
Not even your own family?
Occasionally.
On payday. Marilyn Manson in studio tonight. We'll hear something off the new CD, and we'll go to the phones. We'll take some calls. We know how the show goes, right, Manson?
Yeah.
Sean? Sean?
Yeah.
17?
Yes.
What's up?
I would just like to say to Marilyn Manson that you are pretty much the only person that have made me realize that it's okay to be me, and it's okay to wear the clothes that I wear, and it's okay to feel the feelings that I feel.
Uh-oh.
Well,
what happened?
That's flattering that you give me credit for it, but I think you probably deserve the credit yourself. I mean,
what kind of feelings are you feeling?
What kind of clothes you wearing?
Well, I started getting into the goth scene, but it's more about my self-expression, and I express myself through film and through acting.
All right.
Mm-hmm. For me, it's napping and beating off, but I mean, we all pick
have your
our
own
own
ways.
We have our canvas. Every artist has a different canvas.
I think it's good. A lot of people will often criticize music fans, particularly mine, saying that they're, dressing like me or something like that. But I don't look at it that way. I think they're just being creative. And it was the same for me when I found something growing up that I identified with. When you start dressing a certain way, that's just the beginning of you finding your element, where you're going to go.
Who did you copy for the beat off nap?
I studied.
You pioneered it?
I studied dogs during the summer.
Okay.
I just saw them lying around on the porch.
And when you realized you couldn't lick your penis, you came up with the next best alternative. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I studied.
That's good.
Yeah. A couple of them were dead. I didn't even know it. I was wondering why they hadn't moved the whole summer.
Think how you've taken that persona on. It's wonderful.
I know. See,
You've
Marilyn,
done a great study.
You have maybe the fascination with morbidity, but for me, I'm the real McCoy. I'm actually home waiting to die almost every night watching TiVo. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I
thought you were going to say you had a fascination with sex, because I was going to argue that I have more of one.
No, you do. but see, people would think, like, between me and Marilyn Manson, well, Marilyn Manson would win hands down on his fascination of death and was it morbidity? What would you call it?
He is.
If it makes you feel any better, if I was you, I'd want to die too.
Thank you.
Right. See? He's tuned to this stuff. See, your problem is you're closer to death.
I don't want to die. I'm just waiting to die, which is different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there we go.
I don't want to do anything in the meantime. There's death is here. I'm here. I'd like to make that chasm unscathed.
You masturbate repeatedly, isn't it?
I don't count that.
See, what I do is I do everything that would put you there and make your body a place where germs don't want to live. Mm-hmm. That's how I stay healthy. You feel yourself full.
Scare the ass out of the bacteria.
Yeah. And what about androgyny? Do you feel androgynous at all?
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, strangely, I think since I've cut my hair shorter and look more like a guy, that I feel more androgynous.
Really?
But I like to wear lipstick, but not to look like I'm being theatrical. It's like a girl wears lipstick. I wear it because I think it suits my face, or it makes me look better.
All right.
And my girlfriend likes it.
Sean?
Yeah, I also had a question about the female orgasm and basically why it exists.
Why does it exist?
Yeah, because
you got to have some incentive.
Right, to give them a little incentive too.
All right, that's kind of strange, because the male orgasm, I mean, you expel sperm to reproduce.
Oh, I understand. That's
right. Yeah, but we're saying the female orgasm gives them incentive to let us release our sperm into them. Otherwise, it's all roofies and wine coolers. Okay, thanks.
It's also to make you feel inferior if you premature ejaculate.
Yeah, and they don't have. And then it also gives them something to work on when they're faking. All right.
Something to imitate?
Well, I just mean... here's the thing about nature. Nature wants procreation, right?
Right.
But it's not all about the one who's carrying the gun. The target needs to be motivated to get in front of the gun.
Yeah, of course.
And that's why they have it.
Circulated that the orgasm was necessary for pregnancy, or enhanced the possibility of pregnancy by sucking the sperm up during the contractions.
A woman wrote that, right?
Absurd, yeah.
No?
Absurd.
Didn't do it? All right. Let's talk to Sarah's 22. Sarah?
How you doing?
Good.
I have a bit of a problem. my family, I have two sisters and a mom and dad. They've been together for, I believe, about 25 years. And I came out to them about 3 years ago as to being a lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering if you know of any books that I could present to them so that they could understand my side, because it seems to be pretty much their side that they don't agree with it and they don't want to hear anything about it.
Are they religious?
Actually, my dad, for the longest time, to my knowledge, didn't even believe in God, but all of a sudden he believes in God, and they don't attend church regularly, but, you know, on Christmas, Easter, and stuff like that.
Presence of lesbians can often drive one to God.
Yeah. It's that and cancer, I think, is number 2.
There are tons of books out there, and there's
Hustler,
and there's the websites. What's the
Yeah.
Well, there's So Your Kid's Gone Queer.
No, there's that organization.
There's
There's that parents group.
The library.
The parents. Pride group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
what's it called?
There's some group that basically gets parents together and
supports one another and talks about it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's, what is it called?
There should be. Here's what the book should be called. At least I'm not
Rosie
blowing...
O'Donnell Show?
Yeah, if you watch... Oh, that's off the air. We can maybe see it in syndication. So here's what my book would be called. At least your daughter's not blowing some dude. You know what I mean? I mean, think about, like Drew, if you're, like, freaked out... Let's just say you're freaked... You're
the last dude you'll ever blow.
You have a daughter, right?
Yeah, I think the dad may have gone to church to thank God that she's a lesbian.
You cringe a little bit when you think about what guys may be soiling her in myriad of bizarre sexual
You're not worried about
ways,
her,
right?
you're worried about the guys.
You don't trust the guys.
Right.
You don't like the guys.
Right.
You're thinking about date rapes. You're thinking about bad boyfriends. You're thinking about all the stuff you did when you were 17, 18, 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask a question, Sarah?
Yeah.
What degree of lesbianism are you? Are you
black belt?
No.
Belt?
I mean, are you real butch like looking, or I mean, is it something that? That they're going to judge you because of the way you come across or look?
No,
or is it
I'm
just...
athletic, but other than that, well, you'll like this, Adam. I am a truck driver, but I'm not the stereotypical truck driver.
Sure.
I'm not butch by any means. So, I mean,
I'm just curious.
You drive a rig for a living.
I would think that'd be very intriguing to guys.
Gets you right on the border of butch.
Do a lot of guys hit on you?
No, I'm not butch though. That's the funny thing.
A lot of guys don't hit on you.
145.
How tall?
5'9".
Okay, but here's the part. You're athletic and you drive a truck for a living.
Uh-huh.
That's butch and butch.
Well,
so far.
Yeah.
I mean, you drive a pink truck and you look like Penelope Pitstop, or how does it work?
Are you the more masculine one in your relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does there have to be a dude? And how come with dudes there has to be a chick? No, but to take the symbolic role of the male.
With the lesbian experiences I've personally encountered, the girls were both very feminine.
Oh, really?
When
you say encountered, what do you mean by that? You mean been involved, been sandwiched between?
Well, yes. I have an interesting home life.
See, that's where, but see, those aren't real lesbians. Those are sort of bisexual chicks in the same room with a rock star willing to, bend their proclivities just a little bit. See, that's not a real lesbian. That's not a truck driving lesbian.
Card carrying.
Yes. Sarah.
Yeah.
Are you mad at your dad?
At my dad? No, not at all.
You love your dad?
Do you still have sex with your girlfriend?
Yeah, well, she's actually in Australia, but when she gets back.
What's she doing there?
Pardon me?
What's she doing there?
She's studying.
How long is she going to be there for?
Till January.
All right. Listen, Sarah, your parents will get over it. What can I say? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too.
It just that's what all parents do. They have a horrible time, and then 6 months from now, they end up befriending your lesbian partner, and they like her more, and they like you, and then you call back, and that's your next problem.
Somebody needs to call us and tell us the name of that organization.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it either, but it's some sort of support group.
Yeah, it's got a nice, cute name.
It might have the name like Rainbow.
Flag, something like that. Flag.
You mean, it's like an acronym?
Yeah.
I'm not
Friends of Gays. Maybe it's FAG. Oh, okay.
Hey, listen, I got to put out a plea real quick, and I hope you're listening, screeners. Good Morning America is looking for some people to talk to who've got addicted to drugs or who use drugs that they order across the internet. I'd be willing to go on TV and talk about that. If you want to call in, tell the screeners that you're the one, and I'll have Good Morning America call you if you want to do something like that.
All right. We're going to do a call, but...
and I'd be interested in talking to them on the air, too, to see... 6 is what I had it up there in the first place for.
Oh, 6.
But I'm interested in talking to people on the air, too, who get drugs on the internet, because that's becoming a really, really easy...
Really?
One of my staff today...
What
One
I get?
of my staff members today said that she just was curious if she could do it, and was within 3 minutes, could order hundreds of Vicodin, hundreds of Soma.
Really?
Hundreds of Ambien. Adam.
That's my thing. But I want to get some ludes, too.
What's the site?
Yeah.
There's lots of... This one was an American one. A doctor actually set it up in... Okay. But there's ones from Turkey and Australia, all over the place, Canada.
All right. I want to get some Valium, some ludes, and some Ambien. All right?
Good times.
I'll work that out. Let's talk to Will, who's on line 6. Will?
Hello?
You're 18?
Yep.
What's up?
Me and my girlfriend, we've been together for like 9 months, and I've been kind of wanting to do a threesome with her, but she's kind of conservative and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How dare she?
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like,
so
what's the best way
uptight.
to go through?
You got to start a band. Right, Marilyn? I mean,
Yeah.
That works,
That
right?
definitely helps.
She doesn't want to do it.
Show her a movie.
She hasn't said this. I haven't even asked her yet.
All right. Well, she won't want to do it,
Well,
and it
how do
will
you know-
destroy your relationship.
How do you know she doesn't want to do it if you haven't asked her?
No, I was just wondering what's the best way to like bring it up to her.
Let me give you a word of advice. This is from personal experience. There's a line that you can't cross when you do get involved in one of those.
What is it, the anal? Anal line?
I'm not sure, but I crossed the line at one point, and I
So
won't mention
there
any
was trouble?
names, but I got punched in the face.
Well,
Yeah,
the line
no, because she's going to get jealous of the other girl.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
there heavy, heavy feelings will emerge that no one can predict.
Were the lines laid out before you started getting it on?
There was no lines,
Yeah.
and it was in another
Unspoken.
country too. So it's very vague.
It was unspoken, but okay. So let me think. Now here may be one of the things.
Oh,
Ironically,
but you know what? There was 3 girls. I'm sorry.
3 girls and you,
Yeah.
and one of them was your girlfriend.
That's an Amsterdam move.
Sweden.
Sweden. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Just think. Oh my God.
Well, but
but they'll get
the girlfriend will freak.
Yeah, but is the line? And let me try to
P
figure out
flag.
what this.
There it is. P flag.
Imagine. Well, just think of it this way: if you were having a threesome with another guy, how you'd feel, because that's probably how she's gonna feel.
The organization is P flag. Parents and friends of lesbian and gays, and
All right,
you can get it on the web. Look
All
it
right,
up.
Drew,
See.
shut up.
Hey,
We're talking about the goddamn threesomes or foursomes
Relax.
here. I know, but don't you see, Drew? You know what you got to do? You got to not react.
All right.
The P flag comes up on the thing. We'll finish talking about what went on in Sweden, and then you'll mention it. Thank you. Drew nods like he's like some puppy that just got his face rubbed in his wee-wee. But I'm not done with this Sweden thing. So you're with your girlfriend, you're traveling, you're on tour, you're playing in Sweden, and somehow a couple of chicks, 2 more women, beautiful women, yes?
Girls. I guess they call
Girls.
'em.
Beautiful girls.
Of age, yeah.
Young, beautiful girls of age. Blondes, brunettes?
Brunettes.
Brunettes. All right. Now, you guys agree to have all have some kind of foursome in the hotel room.
No, it wasn't that simple. I just said, why don't you go round up some broads, honey?
Mm-hmm.
And she came back with some girls. We just had first started going out, so it was experimental part of our relationship.
And
but apparently she was, had free will to go wherever she wanted, but I must have
Crossed the line.
Yeah, I crossed the line.
well,
All boundaries must be set up
The
in the war
beaver
room.
line, I think maybe it's called.
you went down on one of the girls.
No. I'm not going to get into details.
Entered.
I gotta get into some details.
My hat fell off, and that's,
Condom fell off?
No. He went
My
down.
hat.
He
I
went
was wearing
down.
a hat.
Here's the thing. Here's what they don't want to see. Ironically, probably don't want to see any making out. That might be too personal, too intimate. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Almost non-sexual. Almost.
I agree.
That's something you do with someone you're in love with. So probably no making out. I'm just guessing.
Think how weird and arbitrary all these things are, and how ridiculous
No,
we
it's
are.
true. It's
But
really
it's
true,
like
though.
you don't make out like when you were with those hookers. You didn't kiss them with your tongue. It was all. Oh, Drew, well, he's old-fashioned. Sir Walter Raleigh over here. No, you don't make out, and I don't think you go and pleasure them. I think that might be a no-no.
That's it. That's it
You
right there.
don't want to bring them pleasure. They're there to pleasure you, which I agree with. But if your woman sees you working hard, There's nothing a woman hates more than witnessing you doing something for another woman, even if it's a back massage, if you get her bouquet, if you go down on her. It all goes in the heading of, how come you're doing something for her and you're not doing something for me? Right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So
I didn't go down on that.
I know. You tried, and then you got into trouble.
Got the punch.
I met a fist.
Let's take ourselves a little break. Marilyn Manson in studio tonight. We're going to hear something off the new CD.
We're not going to hear Use Your Fist and Not Your Mouth, which could be appropriately the name of my Swedish trip.
The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD, and we'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Sarah Silverman in here tomorrow night. Marilyn Manson in here tonight, or to his friends, Manson. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD. He just, we'll hear something off that. He just presented us with a little present. Actually, I should say me with a little present, because I'm taking that home with me, Drew.
I figured.
How do you say that? Absinthe?
Yeah, it's absinthe.
And this is would you call it a liqueur?
Yeah.
And it basically it's been around for a few million years, but I think it's having a little resurgence.
I think mostly on my part, I've bought all the absinthe that exists in the world. I've been drinking it for about 6 years, but it's the only thing I like to drink because it's not so much a drunken feeling you get as more of a euphoric feeling.
Really?
And it makes you really sexually aggressive.
This is exciting. This could be my new booze.
It will be. Plus, I probably technically suffer from absinthism, which is you become very addicted to it.
Oh, you do. It's very addicting. More so than now. If you weren't
more so than regular alcohol.
Really?
But it has an allure to it because it's the drink of all of the artists over the years, and
right.
Yeah, you could be very productive.
Well,
you can't do anything when you're drunk on vodka or something like that. But when you drink absinthe, you get very creative.
Well, I mean, I pee out my window and I shadow box in the mirror, but it doesn't really, it's not really that productive when I'm drunk. But I do that, that thing where you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, you want some? You want some of this? I didn't think so.
Van Gogh cut his ear off, so.
Now what about drugs and creativity? Or just being altered in creativity. I mean, you're obviously a creative person. How much of your creativity comes when you're altered?
It's more about the experiences
that you have that
altered. Inspire. Because a lot of times when you're manipulated by different things, you can't function. But absinthe is somewhat productive in that way. But and it makes you have really vivid, strange dreams, which I really like.
It's going to be good for me tonight, Drew. Now, how do you drink it? Do you put it in a shot glass? You just put it in a brandy snifter?
I'll show you.
Heroin spoon.
You put... you can put sugar in, but that's kind of for first-timers.
It comes with, some sort of strainer, too. What is that?
Well, you put a sugar cube on the spoon, and you set it on fire, and it melts, and it's just supposed to make it taste sweeter, but you mix it with water.
Water?
And if it turns white and milky, then it's real absinthe. If it's not, then it's fake.
And where do you get it? Just get it at any
You
any
can get
store?
it in Europe. No, this is kind of the legal American version, but you can. It originated in France, I think, but the only people who have made the traditional is kind of in Spain and in Prague and places like that.
Right. I'm going to get into this.
Yeah,
I think
you may have to leave early.
Yeah, listen, no problem. I'm dying to try this stuff. All right, let's, what are we going to do? Let's take a call.
And then do the song.
Yeah, let's take a call. We'll do a song, do all that. Amber?
Hello.
You're 22?
Yes, I am.
You have a question for Manson?
Yeah, but before I get to that, I came up with a way for you to cut your toenails without having the clippings go everywhere.
Oh, somebody sent me a toenail clipper that had a hopper in it that caught whatever toenail clippings came off. Somebody invented this.
You have another idea, though, Amber?
I am awesome at inventing things that already exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's very simple. All you need to do is take your pillow up on the mattress, or put it up against your headboard, then sit on your bed vertical to the pillow and put your toes about maybe 2 to 3 inches away from the pillow. And then when you cut your nails, the pillow will deflect the nails back down onto the bed.
Adam cannot do anything that requires 2 steps, let alone 5 steps.
You're talking to a guy who took a dump in a shower because he was too lazy to climb out, take a dump, and get back into the shower.
I pee in hotel rooms a lot of times if I'm hungover and I don't feel like walking to the bathroom.
Listen, this guy never makes it to the toilet. He goes to the sink.
What was in the sink? Your sink guy?
Yeah.
See, I see great minds, Drew. You understand?
And I don't use the bathroom in my dressing rooms either.
He just pees on the floor.
My territory.
Yeah, you just whiz all over the floor?
Yeah. See, but it sucks when I come home after tour because then I
still smell
and I
No, you're in the mode of urinating.
Floor
right.
Adam, there's the Carolla method. He had a nice sort of low, thin window that throw open. Just turn to the right and you pee out the window.
Yeah, I whiz out the window too when I'm at home. But the gardener started getting mad actually because it smelled like a big urine dump in the side of the house. So, hey, Amber.
Yeah. Well,
you have a question for Manson?
My question to Manson is, I heard that actually you had 2 ribs removed so you could suck in your own penis. Is that true? And if so, why?
That's one of the oldest rumors. That one's up there with that I was Paul from the Wonder Years. But I think that rumor got started because I wear corsets.
Yeah.
And I obviously wouldn't be here if that were true.
If you could blow yourself?
The removal of the rib, interesting that a woman would ask, why would you do that?
Know someone who's done that, though.
But I don't understand where the removal of the ribs would do
way
anything.
smaller.
You can get down lower? You can get rid of that?
There's a transsexual person that had their ribs removed to make their waist smaller.
Well, that makes sense, but it doesn't make sense that you'd be able to bend over any better. I mean, it's a back issue.
We've all tried that.
And listen, when you're Marilyn Manson and you can afford people to blow yourself for you, you no longer have to blow yourself. Those days are long gone.
Yeah, but
that was high school.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
good, Amber.
Good.
Nice.
Being a rock star, do you really need to do that?
No, you don't need to. You have you have people for that.
Exactly.
I don't believe on getting sperm on myself because that
your own sperm.
Yeah, I'm really against that.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. Yeah. Although,
unanimous agreement.
My guitar player likes to, this is a question for you. He likes to eat his own sperm voluntarily. Like he doesn't like penetration with women. Yeah. I think he only likes to be manhandled.
This is a trauma survivor.
He needs help. And he likes to lick it off of the breasts of women.
Off the breasts of the women.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be because he'll lick it off his hand.
But here's the thing. I mean,
where's that vomit sound?
What's behind that, though?
I'll tell you what the problem is you should be into almost everything until you orgasm, and then you should be done. That's what I'm like. I'm like the dealer at Vegas whose shift changes. It's like I'm gonna love you all night.
You need
babe, I'm gonna flip you over.
The girl clapper. You clap and they're gone.
Soon as you bust that nut, then you just want to watch TV or eat or drink absinthe or something like that. So the idea that he's ingesting himself, Drew, what does that say about him? Trauma survivor?
Yeah, something not good. It could mean a million things, but it's something.
But is it related to the no interest in penetration?
It's going to be related to a lot of weird stuff. You're gonna find something real weird went on with him at one time.
Is it some kind of Oedipus complex?
It's much more severe. Some sort of major trauma. Something happened to him.
Could he give him?
And this might be going too far to reveal this information.
No,
but he also likes to have a finger in the butt.
Yeah,
I'm trying to convince him he's gay, but he doesn't believe me.
I'll bet you there's even things he does he's afraid to tell you about.
Perfectly normal, perfectly healthy behavior, Drew.
Yeah. Well, I think he's changed his life now. He's got a girl.
And he found Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I did.
Did you found Jesus Christ?
Yeah, because I had that trial in Minnesota, which I've won.
I forgot about that,
I was, accused of... which actually they asked me on the stand, is it true that you're sexually aroused by a husky man's neck? Because I made some sarcastic comment in Spin magazine, and it's not true. I have to assure you.
Now what happened? You socked. And by the way, let me.
You know what? I can't.
You can't talk about.
I can't talk about.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Let's get back to the jizz gobbler. Can you give yourself hepatitis, Drew?
No.
Okay.
You either have it or you don't.
I was just checking. It's sort of a cosmic question.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You want to know whether he should wear a condom or not. Yeah.
Should he wear a condom before he licks himself up?
Right.
And doesn't that condom become a sandwich bag at a certain point? You know what I mean? If he's consuming the contents.
Yeah,
when does it stop being a condom and start becoming a sandwich bag?
Right.
Here's a health question or a health
thermos.
suggestion that I have. I wash my hands before I urinate because my hands are dirty.
Adam, that's what I've
been saying that for years.
Okay.
I've been saying that the urine is sterile.
Yeah.
There's the ridiculous. And plus, you're not touching anything now in a bathroom. The bathrooms flush themselves. You're not touching. Maybe you're touching your penis, which is fine.
What I'll do is I'll urinate on my hands before I urinate. And then I urinate.
That's probably cleaner than water.
And then I walk out like I'm in a MASH unit, and I do this, and my wife slips a gown around me, and then I scrub up. All right, what are we doing? Are we going to hear a song?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear a song. This is, you queued up there, Chris? This is off the CD, The Golden Age of Grotesque, and this song is called This Is the New Hit. It's Marilyn Manson. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD. It is out as we speak. Marilyn and the rest of the Manson family can be seen over at the Greek Theater on the 10th of this month. That's, what the hell are we?
The 10th of October?
That's Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, really? We're there already?
Isn't that crazy?
I'm unveiling some new...
What the weather would hold
I'm unveiling some new elements because we did the Ozfest tour, obviously.
Right.
And I have some contortionist dancer girls on stage with these seemingly nude prosthetic outfits that are causing problems. But I have a mechanical girl. The bottom half is completely real, and the top half you can control.
Really?
It's every man's fantasy.
Did you were you into the Tubes growing up? Remember them?
I'm completely into the song from Xanadu where the Tubes change off with the swing band.
Yeah, I never saw Xanadu.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing. It's like the rock band, and then it goes to like I think Olivia Newton-John, and she's like all swing dancing.
But you're not hip to the old Tubes stage stuff like from San Francisco and all that.
I missed it when it was happening, but I caught on to it later.
Yeah, they sort of remind me of they were a band that infused a lot of theatrics and stuff like that. All right.
Yeah.
We were talking about foot fetishes for a second here because Manson was telling us he was into that during the song.
My new video for that song. There's some scenes where I have a sucking on feet.
How much into feet are you?
Well, I'm not into all feet. I'm into my girlfriend's feet.
You're into bobby socks. Is that what you said?
No, stockings.
Stockings.
I have such an extreme stocking fetish that I've liked to wear stockings, but especially the skin tone.
Do you have a sense of where that came from? Where you associate that with sexuality? Because we can't.
I kind of talked about it a little bit when I wrote my book because I had to figure it out for myself. But my grandfather, who was a real strange pervert,
he was a winemaker.
No. He was. He had dildos and all kinds of stuff.
Really, your grandfather?
He was a truck driver.
So your dad's dad?
Yeah, and they didn't talk. I think there was some issues between them. My dad.
And he was a perv?
My dad volunteered to go to Vietnam, but besides all that, my grandfather was...
to get away from his dad?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
My grandfather was a truck driver, and he got in an accident. When they took him to the hospital, he was wearing lingerie underneath his clothes.
See, that's why I don't do it, Drew. I'm worried about my driving.
But I don't have it in this...
Do you think he wore it around you as a kid or anything?
I don't think so. I don't think that's where it came from. I think it comes from... You know where my earliest memories are... The mom on Tom and Jerry. You only saw her from the knees down. She had the high heels and the stockings.
That was
She was always
hot.
wagging her finger.
Did your mom, your mom behave kind of like that at all? Did she remind you of her anyway?
No.
Did she wear stockings?
No.
Or
All right, let me ask you this. Hypothetically, you have a beautiful girlfriend. Would you rather her be missing a boob or a foot? Just one.
I'd go with the foot because I also have a strange fetish for amputees.
Oh, really? So that would be
not a
turn
little
on?
one, but I just have like a...
So
I'm very fascinated by it, and I collect prosthetic limbs.
You shut this penile reconstruction book rather quickly.
No, I mean I've seen all
He's
that.
got the same book in his car. He's looking at it right in. Well, wait a minute. So you would rather your girlfriend be missing a foot than missing a boob?
Well, I wouldn't want her to have either.
But you have to pick one. You understand. You have to pick one.
Yeah. If you had $1 million.
Yeah, because I'd get her like a really nice prosthetic leg with a high heel.
But you're a foot guy.
Well, there's still one.
Okay.
The feet are not as necessarily symmetrical as the breasts, are they?
No, but you only need 1 foot really if you got a foot fetish.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just trying to get some light shed on this.
Foot fetishes. I won't talk about it.
Yeah.
What?
Well, like the penis shoe. It's like a high heel with a
that goes
penis on the heel. Yeah,
the penis on the heel.
Where you kind of kick a girl in the crotch with it.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's interesting.
One girl would kick another girl in the crotch.
Does that turn you on to see that kind of thing?
No, but I have seen it.
Oh.
I decided to mention it. They don't sell it at Foot Locker, but
no.
I got to get that
Is there
penis
Kobe?
shoe.
Is there an area?
Yeah. Jordan has one.
Jordan.
All right, we're going to take ourselves a little bit of a break. Marilyn Manson in studio tonight, and we'll be right back after this. There, buddy. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Marilyn Manson is here. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD. Sarah Silverman in here tomorrow night from School of Rock. And
Same thing as Marilyn Manson. Same person.
She's probably filthier, really.
I saw her at a comedy thing of something. Who's her boyfriend?
Jimmy Kimmel.
That's right. Oh, obviously.
Yeah.
I did the Jimmy Kimmel show.
That's right. Yeah, I was actually talking to them about you today, and I think they want you to...
I told Monica Lewinsky that I would like to, you-know-what, on her dress, and she was not happy about it at all. I said it on the air.
Monica Lewinsky is one of these people... Hey, here's what's going on, and you tell me if you agree or disagree. It seems like a lot of people are arriving in the same destination, which is on camera, money in their pocket, on a network or what have you, selling records, doing something. Some people are there because they paid their dues, and other people are there because the president beat off on them. But here's the thing. Once you're there, they don't seem to know the difference between who got here in legitimate ways, I mean, who came up the hard way, who paid their dues, and who happened to be at the right place at the right or wrong time, and that's the reason. And they demand to be treated with the same respect, and I always like when they do this where it's like, yeah, Monica will come on the show, but Monica doesn't want to talk about this, and Monica doesn't want to talk about that. Right. That's why the bitch is on the show. That's the only reason she's there in the first place is because she was basically a hamper for Clinton to jizz on.
It's a lot of that element of popular culture is a lot of the inspiration for some of the stuff I'm saying on the record, because it's the idea that the danger of art being dead, or just the idea of people being famous for...
Yeah, there doesn't
being on a reality show or something like that. It's a kind of a culture of voyeurism where we aren't living our lives. We're watching other people live their boring lives.
Yeah, more people know who...
I think it's very destructive to the individual soul of mankind.
Well, it's unfair. It's unfair that more people know the name of Joey Buttafuoco than Warren Zevon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's sort of in back in the day, you would know the name of Joey Buttafuoco or Monica Lewinsky because they would be in the town square in the stocks, and you would be spitting on them as you walked by. That's how you know who they were.
I mean, it started with the element, which where Marilyn Manson's derived from, that criminals are deified and made into celebrities, and that kind of started back with like Jesse James. You're a kid and you're like, Jesse James is the hero, but he's like a murderer.
Right.
And then now it's turned into something worse. It's worse than Andy Warhol's 15 Minutes of Fame, and and then it goes into another direction with the internet, where everybody's got their own web page and everybody's got their opinion, and it's a strange time we're in, where I think that that's why I've kind of really gone over the top and asserted myself to push for more creativity.
Well, and pretty soon we're going to have more people on stage than are in the audience. Do you know what I'm saying? And everyone's just going to be shouting over each other.
Very interesting.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
That was powerful,
Profound,
right?
profound. Yes.
Profound? Mm-hmm. All right. It could have been the absinthe talking.
Oh, that's right.
I took a little tip. It's really nice. It's got a nice NyQuil kind of vibe to it. I didn't put water in it. No. You put water in it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a man. I didn't drink it straight. All right.
Moonshine or something.
Let's put a little dash in the bottom there.
It turns white.
All right. Let's talk
it's
to...
milky.
Thank you. John?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're 25?
That's correct.
What's up?
I was calling because I was actually addicted for a while to medicine that I was purchasing over the internet on online pharmacies.
From this country or offshore?
Some from within the States and some from overseas.
Wow. Well, I just put that plea out to see if people were interested in going on Good Morning America and talking about it. Is that something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right, why don't you hold on?
When are you going?
I'm not necessarily going to do the piece. They'd asked me to put a plea out. I think
Why? You're not their bitch.
Listen, it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting topic. It's interesting.
It's interesting if you're going on it.
Well, you know what's interesting? Well, maybe I will. I don't know. But for God's sakes, here's what's happening to me in my world. All of a sudden, like within 2 weeks, I run a large addiction recovery program. A lot of my patients, like all of them, are suddenly telling stories and talking about how they get this stuff off the internet like crazy.
Well, how does it work legally? Because it's out of the country?
There's like no way they can control for it. It just comes in the mail. Boom, there it is.
I know, but it's the same way they control kiddie porn, which is they go on the websites, they find out who's distributing it, and they bust them.
I don't think it's against the law.
Well, it's not against the law. Don't you have to have prescriptions for prescription drugs?
For pharmacies and drugs in this country, yeah.
Well, you said a lot of people were getting it from this country, too, but
the ones that get from this country are doctors that apparently the doctor calls back, or a nurse does, and takes the medical history and then goes, okay, here's your Ambien.
Right.
So it's a scam.
Let's get something going for me, would you, Drew? So I don't have to get on the internet?
We got to take a break.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
All right. Marilyn Manson in studio tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Sarah Silverman from School of Rock in here tomorrow night. Marilyn Manson in here tonight. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the new CD. Going to be at the Greek this Friday on the 10th. And I was just thinking about something as I was seeing Manson eat a piece of pizza, which I thought is, like, you got to watch your figure. You know what I mean?
I do.
You're not like some slob comedian who's like got hair all over his back, and if he packs on 40 pounds, no one gives an ass. You got to get out there. You're wearing the corsets and the tight-fitting spandex and the form-fitting clothes. Yeah, it's like I was just thinking about it, which is you know how we sort of feel sorry for women and that they can't get old and they can't get fat. Mm-hmm. Marilyn, you can't get fat.
No, I have a bit of a, kind of complex about that at times.
You have to. You wear too much tight stuff. I mean, I know it sounds maybe marginally insulting, but if you dress like a half a chick up on stage, you got to look right.
Yeah, I
or guys won't want to F you.
I've kind of strangely maintained. I have a real high metabolism.
Yeah,
and I don't eat a lot because I forget to eat and stuff. But I've maintained almost the same kind of steady weight that I have since high school.
How old are you?
Yeah,
34.
That's 34, you say? Mm-hmm. It's good that you're able to maintain it, because there's nothing worse than a guy with a corset and some love handles slopping over the back.
The skinny fat guy.
Yes.
We've talked about that before.
The skinny fat guy. Yes. The skinny fat guy.
He's got the worst of hand of all, I'd say.
That's right.
You got to do Pilates.
This is no calves and a double chin.
Yeah,
that's what the skinny fat guy is.
And
like normally, here's what you have to look forward.
Beer belly.
For a fat guy. Okay, so you're a fat guy. At least you're going to have some big calves and some big forearms.
Look like
on
Anderson. If he got fat, he'd just be bigger.
Yeah. They're guys who just sort of their parts get bigger as they get bigger. Always hated those guys, and then there are guys who just get the love handles, the double chin, and the arms.
The worst, not even the love, but just like a layer of fat.
Right.
Yeah, it's just all over in their fingers.
Right. You want to know a skinny fat guy? Tim, what's his name from Son of the Beach? The lead from Son of the Beach. I can think of Tim's last name, but he was on the show.
I know.
He's a skinny fat guy.
Yeah.
He's it's sort of another word for skinny fat guy is sort of skinny sloppy
or doughy.
Yes, you're doughy. You're not exactly fat. You're skinny and soft. Which is a bad combo. Now, you're like a small car that gets horrible mileage.
Stop pointing at Marilyn Manson saying, you.
Oh, one
would be.
Yeah, I have a complex.
He already said he's sensitive to this stuff.
Yes, I have that too. If I put weight on, I put weight on my head and my love handles. I still got the skinny arms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a bad combo.
Been putting it on. My genitals have gotten fatter over the
I got
That's
my sack, not my penis.
Yeah, your sack's just like
the left side of my sack has gotten
it's like
larger.
accumulating an anvil in there or something.
One side.
How do you know this?
One side.
He shows it to you?
How do you know this?
We've been traveling a lot. Now, come on.
One side of my sack. Here's where I put weight on: love handles, chin, and my left nad. Those are my weight places. All right. I know. You want to know what's a great? I'll tell you the best combo for putting on weight and putting on size is the Samoans.
Oh, yeah.
They pack the weight on their calves, get bigger.
Yeah.
They pack the weight on their forearms, get bigger. They just
wear
start,
diapers,
They
though.
just start getting huskier and huskier.
Yeah.
You know?
Don't say husky in front of me. You know how I feel about that.
You're not into that. All right. So anyway, you have to keep your girlish figure in order to get in those crazy outfits, right?
I'm doing my best. I like to keep that deathbed look. That is he ill?
Right.
That's my look.
That's good. Well, you need to not go out in the sun too much. Don't exercise.
I exercise
too much.
No, just
well, you can walk and do some cardio stuff.
I
but
exercise
no
my liver a lot.
Right.
My tongue.
Right. And it's important to have sort of a negative attitude. Are you? What about religion? Atheist?
I wouldn't say atheist. I mean, I went to a Christian school as a kid.
You did?
That traumatized me. I kind of got kicked out because I put a dildo in my Bible teacher's desk because she was the bane of my existence.
Were you an extrovert?
No.
You're withdrawn.
I felt like I did not fit in at all, but I tried to fit in. It was real cult.
And you grew up.
My parents weren't religious. They just wanted me to get a good education, so they sent me to private school, and spent. They weren't. We were very, middle class.
Your parents were together when you grew up?
My parents are still
together.
Yeah.
How are they doing with you? Are they cool?
Oh yeah, very.
I talked to his dad at like a MTV event.
Oh really?
Nice guy. Wears a lot of leopard skin stuff.
Corset?
Yeah,
no,
he's a
very
funny guy.
Dad's enjoying your parents enjoy your success?
Yeah, I just visited my parents in Ohio, and my dad introduced me to his new neighbor who offered me marijuana.
It just arrived in Ohio last week.
Yeah.
It's like a new invention there. So
where was I?
I'm just interested in your family. What did your dad do for a living, or what does he do for a living?
He was a salesman.
And he was a salesman in Ohio, parents together, brothers and sisters.
Remember the grandpa? Grandpa was kind of a funky guy.
Screwy cross-dressing grandpa drove a truck. Brother and sister?
No, only child.
Only child. And parents sent you to a religious Catholic school in order to get a decent education.
Yeah.
But you felt weird now to place.
I got kicked out in 10th grade purposefully, and I went to public school, which was my dream to... with the rest of the kids in my neighborhood, and got my ass kicked repeatedly because I was the kid from Christian school.
Were you dressing different? Were you looking different?
No. I didn't really have a place to fit in. It wasn't the jocks or the burnouts at the time. That's what was the term.
Right.
So, I tried to fit in, just did my time. It was like prison.
So you graduated high school and did
Then
what?
we moved to Florida.
Uh-oh.
But that's when I started getting into just trying to figure out what it was I was going to believe in. And, it was a matter of just, it wasn't school that I learned things from. I'm a very self-taught, and just, curiosity led me to a lot of places. So
you want
it was just Nietzsche, Satanism, every different thing in the book. And people always misunderstand and think that I hate God or I hate Christianity. I hate the way people use religion to ruin other people's lives or to control people.
I'm with you.
And for me, if God kind of means creation, that's what it represents. I don't believe there's a God or a Satan. Either one. It's ways man describes his personality.
Right.
But if you're an artist, or if you do things, even if people don't like them, and you create, that's religion for me. So doing what I do is my definition of religion.
And sucking the occasional toe.
Yeah. Well, that's ritual.
All right. Josh?
Yes, sir.
You're 21?
Yes. I've got a question for Marilyn Manson. And first of all, I want to say that Adam and Drew, I respect you both very much.
Thanks.
However,
but he has no respect for me.
Oh, no. I have.
I'm just kidding.
I think you're a brilliant artist.
Thanks.
Definitely. And what would you most like people to get out of your music?
Well, that's something that people have asked me from the beginning, and I've come to realize that you can't misunderstand what I do because I want everyone to understand it differently. And
so
if
there's
everyone
no misunderstanding. It's
well,
impossible
if
to
everyone perceived it in the same way, then it would be boring to me. And it is being Marilyn Manson, being who I am, and doing what I do. It's meant to be abstract in a way because it's always evolving with my personality because it's a reflection of me as a human, and everybody changes as you go along. And
if you weren't pissing off a certain percentage of society or offending a certain percentage of society, would you up the ante? Would you feel like you weren't doing enough?
Well, no, it's not. I mean, that's not the goal, but I mean, that's the end result that's important. That if everyone liked what you did, then it would be worthless.
But is offensiveness what you're going for?
No, I think it's provocative is what I'm going for, and what I'd want people to take from it is that they took anything from it, that they thought.
Right.
And the way I look at it is what I do is a question mark, and I want people to find the answers for themselves. And everybody wants artists to give them the answers, and when they don't, that's when they start, blurring the lines, and that's why I get blamed for the things I get blamed for, because I don't sit there and say, no, it's just for show. No, it means this. No, it means that.
Right.
Because there's no point in that. I explain myself by what I create. Why should I explain my creations?
Okay. No, I know. I'm that way when I break gas, like at the writers' meeting at Kimmel. It's like it means different things to different people at the table. For some, it's a whimsical.
Yeah, but you have an intention. Be clear here.
I don't know, Drew. You see, as a fartist, I really feel like...
As a fartist?
As a fartist. I feel as if it's my job.
I always said that art is one letter away from fart, but...
Let's
no, if you take anything from it, even if you hate it, that's the job accomplished because...
But you're trying to create... You're not trying to create rapture. You're trying to create sort of an unsettled feeling.
It's chaos.
Right? Yeah.
It's inserting chaos. But, if you make something, it's not complete until somebody else does something with it or experiences it.
Right.
Otherwise, it's like the tree falling in the forest. No one's listening.
Huh. Mike?
Yes.
You're 20?
Yes, correct.
What's up?
All right. So there's this girl I met at work, and she likes me. The only problem is that I'm a homosexual.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that I'm gay, but she didn't find out until actually about a month ago. And she thinks it's okay, but she still has this fixation with me.
That she wants to be your girlfriend or wants to have sex
Correct,
with you or
yes.
just wants to be your friend?
She wants to be my girlfriend.
And you've said no to her?
Correct. I told her. I've been trying to tell her.
And
that's a non-question.
Did you do anything with her?
No, I have never done anything with her.
How about throwing her something? You close your eyes, pretend it was a dude.
Describe her.
Yeah, is she hot?
She's very good looking. She's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
But I've tried to tell her, and it's like it's not going through to her that I don't like her that way. I do have feelings for her. That's how it all started. But I don't think I could see myself dating her.
You do have feelings for her?
I do have feelings for her.
Well, what do you mean you have feelings for her? You're gay.
I know, exactly. I'm attracted to her, and I know I don't want anything sexual from her. And I've tried to tell her that, she's a virgin, and so, even if I did do anything, I wouldn't want to because of that.
This is a diabolical way to get young, stupid chicks to be attracted to you, by the way. Just explain to them that you have feelings for them, but it's not a sexual feeling. Although I find you attractive, I'm not attracted to you.
And
you're going insane.
Shut the door with gay.
See, it's a little bit evil.
Their clitoris would explode. Yeah.
And you never mess with a virgin. Never meddle.
All right, Mike, I don't understand what your question is, though, so who cares? Tell her to get lost. That's it.
Okay.
Cuddling.
Well, what do you want us to say?
I don't know. I just don't know how to explain to her. How do I tell her?
Listen.
Well, here's the thing. If you got any other guy friends that aren't gay, the fact that you are not going to steal her virginity is almost a crime in itself.
Yeah. I
so all your other male friends will kick your ass?
They're going to be very upset.
Yeah, maybe he could...
No, stop.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll tell you what you should do. Let her catch you blowing a guy. Or cornholing, actually, because that'll gross her out, and that'll be it. Chicks can't picture that, and if they do, it freaks them out.
Can you just show his porn collection?
Every once in a while. Marilyn, you ever been with a guy?
In what way?
Sexually.
Not in a literal way. In a comical way.
Comical way.
Yeah.
Like in the artistic, experiential way.
No,
Simulated.
just...
Was he wearing...
I'll do anything. You can't meddle with me kind of way.
Oh, I see. Like, you think...
I'm not embarrassed about anything, and I'm confident enough with my sexuality to put a limp penis with a condom on in my mouth.
How did your mom feel about your artistic expression?
You know...
Well,
she had a stroke yet, or is she okay?
It was more just a bet, Drew. That wasn't...
I'm just thinking of Mom. Poor Mom.
What about poor Mom? The guy's making millions of dollars a year. He's probably bought a Mercedes by now.
She's all right with everything that I do, actually, because my mom loved Elvis as a kid. They almost named me Elvis, and she, this is her way of
vicariously having her own Elvis.
Yeah. Do you throw him a few bucks?
Oh, I support my parents because they're both retired, but not any kind of pension, so I take care of my parents.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, what are they going to do? Kill the goose that sucks a golden egg?
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? And listen, I'm not so sure the limp penis with the condom in the mouth is gay.
As long as I don't get an erection, I'm straight. There's rules. I put them in my book.
Right. Okay.
And if you get sperm on you, you're screwed for life.
Yeah, but if
it turns you, it's like the Wicked Witch with water. You turn into something.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I see it too.
All right.
I mean, screwed in the sense that you're going to be gay. Not that I'm going to do that disclaimer. It's okay if you're gay. I hate when people do that on your show.
It's
when
okay
they go,
if you're
I
gay.
don't care if someone's gay.
Right.
But everyone always does that disclaimer.
Which one?
Where they're like, where they say, well, it doesn't matter if you're gay, or they're like doing that.
The PC
thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hate that PC
everyone
crap,
knows if you've had a limp penis with a condom on it, you don't care if someone's gay.
Right.
So I don't have to do a disclaimer.
Right. But by the way, that is not gay.
No, it's not
but
gay
the
at all.
penis is limp, Drew.
No.
I'm
saying?
I'm taking notes.
Now, what about a sack in a Ziploc bag?
No sacks.
What do you mean, sack in a Ziploc bag?
I don't even like sack and put it in a Ziploc bag, and Manson put it in his mouth. Would that be gay? I don't think that'd be gay. Not for me, it wouldn't.
It's a little bit of a weird
I'm not
impulse.
going to put a sack in my mouth.
Yeah,
No sack?
it's kind of a.
I don't even like
sack?
to acknowledge my own testicles.
Yeah.
Sack gayer than limp penis in the mouth?
Yeah.
See, but to me,
It's more emotional.
Novel.
It's more intimate.
It's more intimate.
Yeah.
More intimate. Okay.
It's a weird impulse for a straight guy. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, I think the penis gayer because that's the
instrument.
Yeah, that's the instrument. You know what I'm saying?
That's the commitment.
All right. Hey, I'm a sack guy, so shoot me. Let's talk to who are we going to talk to, Drew? Let's talk to line 6. Yeah. Hey, Aspen.
Hey.
Hey, you're 14. What's up?
First off, I want to say Marilyn Manson. Wow, your Antichrist album, muy sexy. Love it. And also, you may or may not remember me, but I called like a year ago with that, abnormally high sex drive thing.
Oh, you're talking to us?
Yeah. I thought you were
So
talking
do you?
to Manson.
No. But go
I
ahead.
would have remembered it.
We have calls like that pretty frequently, Aspen. So go ahead. What's the issue?
Okay, well...
Thank you, by the way.
Yes?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah, and, I have no sexual...
You know what? I do remember you. You were worried that because you were preoccupied... I strangely remember this call. You were completely preoccupied about sex all the time, and you thought that was weird and there was something wrong with you.
Exactly.
Right.
And
Did I
was a
drive you
mason
to
jar
it in any
call.
way?
And what?
It was a mason jar call, you know? Bogus.
Did I drive you to it in any way?
You?
Yeah.
Mr. Manson?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never actually seen you. I just really like your music. It's really great.
I was just.
And me being Christian, I support you and all. It doesn't matter.
Sure.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Sure. All right. What? It was a mason jar call?
Yeah, it was a bogus call.
That's basically code for bogus, where you in the call.
I don't remember being bogus, so
ass the size of a mason jar.
So I'm not remembering the call.
All right. Well, good times. Let's talk to Melissa, 16. Melissa?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, my boyfriend and me have been dating for like 4 months now, and me and him are like really cool and everything. Like we talk all the time, and he bites me in class.
Mm-hmm. Where?
Like on my arms or on my shoulder.
Does he draw blood?
Well, yeah, he has like twice.
In class?
I have it's the same problem.
You do?
I like to, but I'm unconscious of it, and I don't know if it's like absinthe related, but my girlfriend has told me that I've in the middle of the night just like savagely bit, like, but on the back, like just, but not like vampire Dracula nonsense.
I've
just
only
like
seen that.
weird, like
my patients have done that when they've been manic. You ever get real manic where you don't sleep at all and you're hyperverbal and
it's every day.
Yeah.
Really?
But there appears to be really getting into that mode where you're way out.
It's just weird because I've always been like that. I used to bite my own hand.
Well, that biting is a form of aggression. It's just it's an expression. It's a very, very aggressive expression, an oral aggressive impulse.
Is he just being funny, your boyfriend?
I don't know, because the thing is, I was playing around with him one time, and I bit him, and he bit me back, and since then he's been biting me. But the thing is, he bit me once on my hand, and he actually left me a scar there, and I had a bruise, and it didn't go away for like a month and a half.
This is a very, very aggressive impulse on his part.
All right, once you
contain it a little bit.
Let's spray some apple bitters on you. You get the message. You treat yourself like a pet who's chewing his own ass.
Wear a garlic necklace.
But I'm interested in your biting thing because I've only seen a couple of cases that I'm not sure that my sort of impressions are accurate. But were you really sort of super manic, and that it was at a time when you were ultra sped up and not sleeping and that kind of stuff?
No, I don't know. Hard? It was just like something like.
You don't remember
sleepwalking.
No, I know. But I absolutely understand what you're saying. But the only time I've seen it, well, the pattern I've seen is when people are in a sort of a manic phase. They're like working excessively. And
I mean, I'm always not. I mean, there's not a time when I'm not working.
But was this an extra high phase? You remember?
I'm not sure. It's kind of constant. I mean, but it's not. It's not violent. Like,
no, I understand.
It's not like.
Well, it's aggressive.
Like
right.
I don't bite real hard.
Right, and you don't mean to harm kind of thing, but it's just a sort of aggressive outburst.
But it wasn't during the time the limp penis with a condom was in your mouth.
Well, that's what he's worried about.
That would have been.
That's what happened. You say,
yeah.
But I've like bitten my friends too.
All right.
Aggression.
Good times.
On stage.
Let's take ourselves a little break. And Marilyn Manson's in studio. We'll hear something else off the golden age of grotesque. He's going to be at the Greek Theater on the 10th, coming up this Friday. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Marilyn Manson in the studio tonight. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD. We're going to hear another song off of that. Just talking to Marilyn about self-mutilation during the break. Hey, good times, Drew,
Bad times.
Marilyn, but you don't do it anymore.
No, I don't really know what stopped it, but it was just a strange time. It was definitely not something for entertainment. That I was trying to entertain people.
When did you start doing it? Cutting on yourself, in other words.
I used to do it when I was in high school, and that's why I got tattoos in part on my arms because I had a bunch of scars.
Were you dissociating then the way you would on stage?
No.
Or were you trying to get a feeling from it?
I think I was trying to get a feeling from it then, but on stage I never felt it until later when I would wake up in the middle of the night and some really bad Holiday Inn stuck to the bed sheets covered in blood, and it was really the difference between my personality now and then is I was very nihilistic. I wanted things to come to an end, but now I have still not an optimistic outlook. It's like things are going to end, so let's make today as great as it can be.
Things for you or for society or for
more for me, because I used to kind of project my existence on the rest of the world in some ways, and now it's destructive, but it's more of celebration of let's make today as great as it can be.
Do you know any idea what turned it around?
Maybe it was just changing people around me in my life. When I changed, I've changed a lot of things in my life. I've changed, relationships, in my band, in my personal life, and.
Well, how many years did you have of self-mutilation?
I'm gonna guess like maybe 6 or 7.
Drew,
maybe I just ran out of space.
I mean, don't
you
like
just covered in scars?
As you get older, you do a little less effing and a little less fighting and a little less slashing on yourself.
Aggressive impulses diminish.
Yeah, it wasn't that kind of thing, because then I got into a really awful relationship a couple years back, and I drank a lot, too much, in a very destructive way.
Were you cutting then too, or that?
No,
the
but I
took over?
Might as well have been, because I was, just killing
You're
myself.
kind of describing these sort of manic episodes, and in a manic episode, people will do these very impulsive things, and sort of part of the whole manic outburst. And cutting can be one of those things.
Yeah.
Right. And people don't feel it.
Hey, but good times.
Good times, but a lot of my fans ask me about that, or I see that a lot, and I've never wanted people to imitate that or idolize it, but I definitely can relate to them on that, and if it's any kind of hopeful comment that it can.
If I could offer a couple of explanations on why people do that and whether or not you did it this reason or not. One is people are in a lot of emotional distress and sort of have nothing else at their disposal to help them regulate their feelings, and this gives them something. It's sort of a desperate attempt to try to feel better.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a dissociative episode where they're sort of in this sort of fugue state, and as part of it, kind of an aggressive self-mutilation sort of impulse takes over, sort of a self-aggression. And as I said, it can be also part of a whole manic outburst where you're just ripping everything apart, and pow, here it comes.
Well, it's also hurting yourself before someone hurts you, right? I mean, I don't oversimplify it, but if there's abuse in the past. Don't people?
They don't say that though. They say that about
the cutting on themselves.
It's usually people that have dissociative kinds of experiences,
but not people that were abused physically, sexually, or whatever.
No specific pattern. No.
I think the dissociative makes sense to me.
Sherry?
Yeah?
What's up? You're 18.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been kind of getting into stuff that I shouldn't really do, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I was just wondering, is it considered adultery if you have a threesome with a married couple or something like that?
Only if you go down on the dude, right?
Only if you go down
Manson,
on the dude?
is that what we're talking about?
Well, adultery, you have to be married to commit adultery, right?
But she wants to go down. She wants to be in with a married
It might be
couple.
adultery for them.
Yeah, it's them. You're participating in an adulterous act. We're betting on this one.
All right. You have any money, Manson? You got $1? We're betting on her past. What do you got? You got anything good
nothing
over there? You got nothing?
I got absinthe.
I got $5. All right, Drew. He'll put a cap of absinthe on there. All right.
How old are they?
They're about 23, 24.
Ooh.
How do you know them?
Because I met them at a porn shop.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
No, all right, hold on a second. All right, so here's how we do it on this show. We gamble on Sherry's past.
Not, I know, I've
you've heard it. You've got this. All right. You want to go? Drew, you want to go first?
No, my thought always when I hear that, and there was one time I got mad at you because of some goth kid, and you were like, you instantly... No, but you always ask immediately about the abuse in the past. But it's just, that's
the pattern.
It's pattern, okay? Yeah. I was just curious.
And how they sound, because we listen to voices all night, and then what they evoke in us, what we feel from talking to them for a couple of minutes.
See, you didn't ask me, though.
Ask you what?
About that.
About abuse?
Yeah. Because there was
he assumes you're abused. He just didn't want to make you uncomfortable.
Right. You mentioned some things about your dad and granddad.
It wasn't.
I know, but enough that I didn't want to expose you.
If you want to talk about it. What about it?
I wrote about it in my book.
No, if it's in the book, you can talk about it.
What happened?
No, it was my neighbor, this older kid that wanted to play naked games.
How old were you?
I don't remember. Like 6. 10, 11.
How big impact?
He killed my dog.
He killed your dog?
Yeah, because I told my parents, and he poisoned my dog.
Do you know he did that? Did he admit it?
No, but the dog was poisoned.
Where is this guy now? In jail?
No. I mean, it wasn't like something we could prove.
No, but
I don't know.
Combination of
I've
behaviors.
I've never thought about it since then.
It could be a publicist. It's possible.
That combination of behaviors is bad sign. Killing the animal.
No, he was a real like Jeffrey Dahmer style, like poking his dog in the ass with a stick and stuff like that.
Yeah. I know. I always wonder how the parents miss the part where the kid is torturing animals.
They're busy sexually abusing the kids.
Okay. Well, they're busy. They have an excuse.
Good times, yeah.
Okay, they're booked. All right. So you would say that you were sexually abused?
Well, I mean, it wasn't anything like sexual as much as it was like naked. It was just not good, and I didn't like it. And I told my parents.
But see, the fact that you told your parents meant you were probably pretty healthy, and your family was pretty healthy.
Yeah, not so much of a victim.
Yeah.
All right. So now let's get back to the gambling with Sherry.
Let's hear her voice again.
All right. I didn't get that much off her voice. Sherry?
Hello?
All right.
Are you in a car?
What are you doing for a living now?
What do I do for a living now? I work at Rite Aid, and I work at a bowling alley, and I'm kind of getting into porn. But I don't know if I
You're
going to do porn?
I was definitely getting a stripper from her.
Rite Aid, bowling alley, and porn. That is range. I mean, career-wise, you got to take your hat
for
off.
concubines.
You got to take your hat off.
There it is, their first roll.
There's
3 holes.
Yeah.
In a bowling ball.
All right, Drew, you go first.
I get deprivation and chaos both, and so.
What do you mean by deprivation?
Like no one was around to raise her early, and when they were, it was chaos, and you like lots of drug addicts around her, kind of thing.
Okay, all right, Manson, you want to go?
No, I was just going to correct him and say rear. Because I learned in the 2 months I went to community college that you rear children, you raise vegetables.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
All right.
I'm not correcting it.
And you know, with a smattering of sexual abuse in there, something.
Well,
something.
Come on.
Here's what I'm getting: is that she had to take care of everybody, to keep everything under control.
I know, but everybody.
I have a hard time understanding the calls when they come in, if they're real or if they're not.
This one's real.
This is real. No, I know,
you can
but
feel it, can't you? You can feel it.
Yeah, it's just hard.
True.
You guys have a hard job.
None of this ambiguous crap where you then get it out of them like the Gestapo later on, where you go, yeah, but didn't sometimes you take care of your mom? And they go, well, I guess kind of. And you go, aha.
Okay. Just lots of drug addicts in the home. When they were there, most of the time nobody was there.
All right, Manson, you have a guess?
No, I don't.
You have to have one.
I'm confused. I say don't get it on with a married couple.
Yeah, but we're gambling on her past. What was her environment
how she made us
like?
feel, and what her voice sounded like.
I don't know. She seemed real positive.
No.
Was it fake?
I'll tell you what you can go with. You can go for had a good family, because therefore sometimes you win just because they don't admit anything.
I'm not good at.
I'll go second. I'm going with just sexual abuse. Stepdad.
Perfect.
Stepdad sexual abuse.
Perfect. Good bet.
All right, Manson.
Neighbor.
Just go with physical. Go with physical abuse. It's a layup.
I'll go with stepdad.
Okay. Oh,
my
got that.
physical abuse stepdad.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm backing you.
No, but you can't. That's my.
Oh, I got to pick my own.
You can't put your chip on top of my chip. That's my hand I'm playing.
I'm going to say priest.
Ooh, priest.
Yeah.
Nice.
Novel. Creative.
Nice. All right. He's playing a long shot there, but I like that. Sherry?
Yeah?
All right, let's talk about your past.
My past.
Yeah, your parents.
What your family of origin was like.
Yeah,
if there was one.
Well, my parents, they're all right. They're cool. My dad lives in Montana. My mom, she's married with my stepdad in Apple Valley. And we're Mormon.
Molestation.
And what?
Priest. See?
You're Mormon.
Mormon.
I win.
Yeah.
Mormon. Now, hold on a second.
Wait a minute.
Any,
now we're confused.
Any physical or sexual abuse?
Donnie Osmond.
No.
Come on, baby, please.
And why did your dad...
Never?
Wait, hold on a second. How old were you when your dad left?
12. It was sort of my mom leaving.
Why'd she leave?
Because they didn't get along at all. My dad was mean to her.
Did he beat her or something?
Oh, yeah.
So there was a lot of chaos in the home.
Yeah, I guess. I was asleep most of the time.
Yeah. Sherry, you didn't have any awareness that your mom was being beaten by your dad?
I knew. I just didn't care.
Okay.
All right.
Sherry, it's impossible that you didn't care. The fact that you shut down and suppress your feelings, I understand.
Right.
But it's impossible you not to have been bothered by that. It's impossible.
No.
Okay?
Okay.
And was your dad drinking?
No, my dad didn't drink. My parents were tweakers, though.
Tweakers, both addicts.
Ooh, true.
Yeah, okay.
Drew got the chaos.
Speed
they got the addict.
Now, I feel like a psychic.
Keep going. You're on a roll.
They're speed freaks and Mormons?
Yeah. It's a good comment.
No. Okay. I'm going to straighten this out just a little bit because it's kind of, I hopped around. I do that a lot. My parents, they married, my mom and my dad, they married, had 3 kids, and then they were kind of, on the crazy side, and then they got divorced, and my mom married my stepdad.
Your biological parents were tweakers?
Yeah.
They were speed addicts.
I guess. I don't know what they did. I don't care. I was like, that's your stuff.
Yeah, Sherry, this whole not caring stuff, that's so much BS. That's the part you got to drop, okay?
All right, I'll drop that for you.
All right, thank you.
Don't trip.
I'm not tripping. I just like to talk to the real person here, not the person that's pretending to be something that she's not.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well, anyway.
And I know that false self we're talking to is always happy and whatever, and that's the one that wants to go into porn.
Yeah.
Because you're disconnected from the real feelings.
That's the one I'm going to beat off to.
No, because it's a lot of money.
I know, sure. I know that's on the surface the reason, but the disconnect from the real self is really the problem here.
All right, well,
all right. So your biological parents were speed addicts, and there was violence, which is part of being a speed addict. And then your mom found another man. What happened with that?
He's really cool. I love them.
And so that's been more settled.
Yeah.
Okay. I get the sense though that you early on, when your parents were tweakers, even before they started getting all the violence and stuff, they left you alone a lot.
They kind of took turns.
Watching you?
Yeah, it was sort of a shift thing.
All right.
A duty?
Well, listen, Drew, you won the bet. And when did you lose your virginity?
I lost it in January.
January of 93?
January of 2003.
It was 8. Really?
Yeah, I didn't get the sexual abuse.
I know,
part,
but you took all the drugs and the physical abuse and the chaos. What was I left with? Had nothing to work with.
Don't forget the Mormons.
And the Mormons.
Because I said priest.
But
that was interesting.
You said a priest molested her, though, and that didn't happen.
No, I didn't say molester, but I just
heard
threw
molest.
the priest in there.
Yeah, nice, good time.
All right. Everybody's a winner, but
listen,
me.
You're going to have to deal more realistically with the baggage you carry around from this very chaotic and disturbing past. And it's not.
I don't see her doing that.
That happy face you put on is so far away from some of your real feelings.
And listen,
it's going to come back and get
But
you.
here's the thing, too. You're a cute girl, right, Sherry?
Yeah.
And you're 18, and you're in demand, and you know it, and you never have to get right. You can be an F up for another 15 years, and then you got to get right. But by then, you've had a horrible 15 years, even though you thought it was going to be good. Guys paying attention to you, people want to pay you money so you can have sex and they can film it. You can do that, but it's a bad road.
Well, it's not that I want to do it. It's just something to do right now, so that way I can think about what I want to do later on.
You don't recover from porn.
Yeah, she heard none of what you said.
Yeah, all right.
Nothing.
Sherry, just do what you got to do. Don't get pregnant. I don't want you effing up any more kids, all right?
Safe sex or no sex? Don't even trip.
All right, what'd you say? Safe sex or no sex? Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're not tripping,
right,
Sherry. Don't worry.
All right. See, it's real. We run into this every night, which is if she's cute and she's 18,
got a vagina,
and she's got a vagina, and she doesn't even really need a vagina.
It's a very aggressive word.
Vagina.
It's part of her body.
She's if she's got all those things, she's not going to get any help. I mean, society won't lead her to help. She won't.
She has too many gratifying alternatives,
right?
That make her feel good in the moment. That keep her away from these very painful things that she's
because of the show Extreme Dating with Julie and Barbie.
Right.
That's where Julie's got a little history.
We're not going to talk about that.
All Manson had was like a broken bottle and a black and white TV set, so he had to create
and a cross-dressing grandfather.
Right. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine that.
I have an impulse to cut right now.
All right. I do too, but it's wind. It's not my skin. We're going to take a quick break. Marilyn Manson in studio tonight. We'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. Drew is not going to rap along with this song, or is he? Here he is.
Choose my kisser.
Yeah.
My kisser, IZ.
That's right.
My kisser.
What's a kisser?
It's always like my Zoom. It's like my Zoom. My Z. My Zoom, Zoom, Z.
You got a future.
Yeah.
Right, I'm telling you.
Yeah. You got a future, buddy.
Dr. Drew, you've already got, the rap name. It's like one letter off of Dr. Dre.
Marilyn Manson is in studio tonight. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD. We have a song to play that we've been so...
Which one has been authorized?
We've been falling in love. Ain't?
Ain't. Hold the S because I am an ain't.
Let's do it.
All right, let's hear it. You want to take a call and then hear it? Or let's hear it and then we'll take some calls.
Yeah.
All right, here you go.
This is an emotional relationship song. With the sarcastic.
That is Marilyn Manson. The Golden Age of Grotesque is the name of the CD. Out as we speak. He's going to be at the Creek Theater coming up this Friday with plenty of theatrics. Let's see if we can squeeze in a couple more calls before we hit the brakes.
All right.
Tori.
Hi.
You're 20?
Yeah.
What's up?
First of all, I want to say, Marilyn Manson, you're just the best ever.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Yeah. My question is, I've been with my boyfriend for almost a year now, and things have just gone really bad between us, and just the romance has died, and I want to know if you had any suggestions of how we can pick something up.
What's the problem in the relationship?
Whose end of the romance is dead, yours or his?
I guess it's a little on both of our part.
Why? What's happening?
He works nights and I work during the day, so we don't spend much time together.
Do you live together?
No.
Yeah, this thing's run its course.
Yeah, why don't you just kind of let it go?
Well, it's really hard because we start fighting a lot lately, and I don't know.
Yeah, why let that go? I mean, I can understand.
Yeah, who could walk away from all that fighting?
Let me give some advice. When at that point in your life, and I've been there, when you have one of your first serious relationships, it seems really, really difficult to break it off, even if you don't want it anymore.
They don't
because
know when it's over?
It's a security. It's like it's a fear. And if you're not in love with them anymore, then
it's almost a skill. They don't know when it's over, and they don't know how to end.
Because you haven't done it before.
They've never done it before, exactly.
Yeah. They don't know how to perceive that it's over, and they don't know how to pull the trigger and put it out of its misery. But on the other hand, you do spend your whole life, when you're younger, you're much more that way. Like you're saying, you're graduating high school, and you're like,
a year's a long time.
I'm going to come back next year, and I'm going to visit all you guys again, all that stuff, and it never happens.
Right.
And as you get older, you just realize it's much easier to kiss people off.
Because sometimes you feel like you've invested a year, and it's
everything. You can't see the future without it. Your whole self in the moment is invested and tied up with that relationship.
I've been there, and
if
you don't feel it, go away.
Hunter?
Yeah?
You're 14?
Yeah. Hey, Marilyn Manson. I got Golden Age, not Golden Age, I got some Mechanical Animals, and I was looking through the pamphlet, and I noticed that there's like these hidden messages underneath the whole lyrics.
Right.
And there's all this stuff that says this keeps talking about Coma White, and there's a website, and I went there, and it doesn't exist. So I want to know what it means.
Well, it did exist for a while, but the point of it was the record is about what people expected from me and what was going on in my personal life, and half the songs are sort of a sardonic, sarcastic representation of what people thought that I would become pop music-wise. And the other songs are about how that affected me and how that made me feel emotionally. And Coma White was a metaphor or symbol for what I could rely on or what I depended on. And sometimes it may mean a person, sometimes it may have meant substance, sometimes it meant a lot of things.
What's your guitar player ate off the boobs of his girlfriends?
Exactly.
Coma White.
No, for me it was like whatever the thing in your life that you depend on. And, I've switched between if it was drugs or if it was a person or if it was self-destruction. So,
all right. Well, Hunter, ask Mr. Al, because we have to take ourselves a little bit of a break. Our last one of the night.
A two,
a three. Marilyn Manson in studio tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Well, that's it.
Sadly, that's it.
Sadly. I thoroughly enjoyed Marilyn Manson on the show tonight. That's not just the absinthe talking. The CD is called The Golden Age of Grotesque. It is out as we speak. You can. He's right in the middle of a huge tour, so just go on his website and find out the tour dates and when he's coming to a town near you, because he's going everywhere. Manson,
it was a pleasure. I've always wanted to do it. I'm glad I found
back.
Too.
Please come back.
Come back anytime you like. Be a regular guest on the show.
I like to consider myself an amateur gynecologist.
You come on and
we'll certify you.
You can practice anytime you like. So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Ingold. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.